Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Victor Brown, welcoming you to Friday, November 25, and I hope your day has started well. It's now time for our morning devotion. As is customary, we like to spend a brief time in the Word together, just encouraging each other, just looking to the Lord for inspiration regarding this day. And so today's devotion is taken from the book of Psalms, a comforting book, usually a book that brings hope and brings inspiration. And so looking at chapter 25, verses 1 to 5. And so in the book of Psalms, chapter 25, verses 1 to 5, and the topic today is in his hands. It's just a reminder to put the different concerns and cares and worries and fears, the different things that make us anxious, the different things that make us feel sad or feel uncertain about ourselves, to place those in the hands of the Lord. And this is how it reads. It says, Lord, I put my life in your hands. I trust in you, my God, and I will not be disappointed. My enemies will not laugh at me. No one who trusts in you will be disappointed. Sorry. And so it is one of those verses that just reminds you that one, when you put your life in the hands of the Lord, he really can't fail. He cannot fail you. You cannot fail if you put your life in his hands. And sometimes we use that term so general. Oh, just put your life in the hands of the Lord. Trust in God. But we don't really look at the practical day-to-day steps that we have to do that, right? And so here's an exercise that I found helpful. Whenever I find that I'm getting anxious, whenever I find that I'm getting impatient or stressed, or I'm getting very worried about different things in my life, I have to consciously, deliberately choose to sit and to be still and to be like, all right, God, you see this particular thing that's bothering me, I'm going to place it in your hands. So, for example, let's say you're a parent and you have kids at school or a child at school, and the child is underperforming, or you are physically unwell and you're not seeing, how you're going to pay medical bills. Or let's say you were in a car accident and the vehicle has been destroyed or damaged, and you're trying to figure out, all right, how am I going to repair this car, how am I going to get things sorted out financially. These are real life practical things that stress us, that make us anxious, that get us in a place of doubt and worry. And so what is helpful is for us to just sit and to be still and to quiet our spirits and say, all right, God, this thing, and I mean, each of us have a thing or a number of things that we can start. These things or this thing, I am choosing to place them in your hands. I'm choosing not to worry about the car, or not to worry about the health, or not to worry about the child or children, or not to worry about the spouse, or whatever the case may be. I'm just going to sit still and I'm going to allow you to work these things out, or to work this thing out on my behalf. And that takes trust. For me particularly, trust does not come easy. It is a very difficult thing. I guess, for different people, I know, that might vary. But it takes a certain intentionality, it takes a certain deliberateness, it takes um, a certain practical approach to apply these scriptures to our lives. Otherwise, they just stay in the realm of rhetoric, and they just stay in the realm of, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and we don't really know what that means, yeah? But today, we want to practically put every aspect of our lives in the hands of the Lord. And so, one more time, the scripture is Psalms 25, verses 1 to 5. And it says, Lord, I put my life in your hands. I trust in you, my God, and I will not be disappointed. My enemies will not laugh at me. No one who trusts in you will be disappointed. All right, guys, that's our devotion for today. Stay tuned for more here on Love 101 FM, the family station.